The truth about my 90-day weight loss challenge is this. I didn't do a very good job. I did some things right, I did some things wrong. But at the end of the day, what I did wrong, the biggest mistake I made was I really never did a proper introduction. I feel like I very much gave the impression that one day I just picked up a camera and decided,
hey, I want to go on a 9-day weight loss challenge.
Very much the way I recorded this challenge, that's what it really feels like. One day you were scrolling and you saw a random day video pop up and you're like, oh, let me check this guy out. And there I was with little to no introduction, just really just a guy on a journey. That's one of the things on this 9-day weight loss challenge that I really feel like I didn't do well. Well, I'm here to rectify that. My name is CLB, Certified Loser Boy, or better yet, I'll let you know when people call me in real life. My real name is VJ. That's what I go by. People see me in the streets, people at work, that's what they call me. This is the way I started a challenge without a real introduction. You wouldn't know me from the back of a pimp's hand. And I want to change that. The other big truth behind my weight loss challenge is that I really made it seem like this was my first attempt at trying to lose weight. This is not my first attempt. I don't know what gave that impression that I just decided to do this, but again, because I didn't properly introduce myself, that's why it has that that impression that I'm not making this lifestyle and I'm more so just doing this on a whim. Not true. I've had to change my lifestyle. What you see me at now isn't even the worst that I ever was. I know some of y'all may have watched the previous videos, but a lot of you are new to this channel. A lot of y'all don't know me at all. And that's my failure in this challenge. Probably my biggest failure, if I'm being honest. I wish my day one came with like a day zero of an introduction so you can see where I truly started versus where I came up till I started this challenge. Honestly, all my life, I've been slightly overweight. Now that might be a little bit of a undersell. I've been majorly overweight for most of my life, but for me, it really didn't start until 5th grade Pee Wee football. I was always kind of bigger than the other kids, but I also was tall very early. But I really didn't face my first battle with weight until 5th grade. I went to go play football, and they said, hey, the weight limit is 135 pounds for your age group. I'm like, okay, cool. I go to the tryouts, I get weighed, I'm 159. I was already way overweight for my age group in Pee Wee football. And that was just the first time it happened. It happened to me again in 9th grade after I had possibly the summer where I gained the most weight, and it was a lot. I had a summer of nothing but cable, video games, and all the junk food I can have because I was staying with some family up north. I went to go join the wrestling team because I loved wrestling. Me and my cousin and my friend at the time, we loved wrestling. He was a wrestler too. I was like, hell yeah, let's get into it. I went to go, and they're like, oh yeah, the weight limit for heavyweight is 300 pounds. In my mind, as a 14-year-old, I'm like,
easy. Yeah, get me in, coach.
I weighed 330 pounds at 14 years old, my freshman year of high school. It's a harrowing thought when you really sit and consider that as a man, when I started this challenge, I was at about 322. Insane to think. That was not my highest weight. Oh, how I wish it was. I continue to face this continuing theme of, oh, I don't think I weigh that much, and then Lord behold, I did. The times I remember on the scale is I was in college, there was a carnival ride, and they said the weight limit was 400. I was scared to get on because I wasn't sure I was under 400. About a week and a half later, I found out I was 420 pounds already. And it's a good thing I didn't get on that ride. I would have made it dangerous for a lot of people. And then again, I was faced with it when I had my first, I don't want to say episode, but it was the first time in my adult life where like I really had to accept that my weight was holding me back. By then, it was insane. I went in 2015 at the ripe age of 25, and I was having respiratory issues, and I didn't know what was going on, and they couldn't find a scale in the hospital to weigh me. I had to go to like a 4th floor room where they had a suspension scale and I had to lay on it. And at that time, I was 565 pounds. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow,
that's probably the most you ever weighed.
I honestly wish it was, because after that episode, did I try to make some changes? Yeah. Did I succeed? Not even close. My highest weight, official weight, was in 2016. Once again, my health was declining. I had another episode, and I went in, and at that time, they weighed me at 622 pounds. At this time, I was on probably 6 or 7 different medications because from the respiratory issues until this point, in a very short year and a half, things went downhill fast. I developed diabetes. I developed a high blood pressure finally, because impressive is, I shouldn't say impressive, but as crazy as it sounds, I didn't develop blood pressure problems until I had already surpassed 600 pounds. When I was in 400, 500, I'd still go to the doctor and they would tell me,
Hey, you're overweight.
but my blood pressure would usually be in the 130s over 90s, or a few times it hit 140s over 90s, which is high, but not crazy high. Because I've heard some wild blood pressures, like 190 over 110. I'm like, I didn't even know blood pressures go that high. So at my worst, I was 622 pounds. I was on about 5 different medications, iron, a whole bunch of other things. This med made this thing better because this side effect, and this med was supposed to treat this side effect, but had another side effect. And then that med was supposed to help with both of those side effects, but also supposed to help lower my blood sugar. It was insane. I couldn't take it anymore. And to be honest with you, that's what really sparked my lifestyle change. It sounds so wild to say, but it wasn't necessarily the weight that made me want to change my lifestyle. It was that the medications, between the sickness I was experiencing from my weight and the medications giving me horrible side effects, that's what really made me decide that I needed a change. If I wanted to choose life, I needed to make a massive change. And even then, I struggled for about a year and a half. What really struck a chord for me was there was one day where I was just suffering. I was miserable. I was trying to diet. I was trying to exercise. But at 620 pounds, everything you do is a chore. Everything you do is so hard. It feels impossible. And there was one day where I truly believed that I started having palpitations. My heartbeat started going fast. I couldn't catch my breath. And I really believed that this was the end. I thought that this was my last hurrah. The way I couldn't get my heart rate to stop, I couldn't catch my breath. I just kind of laid back and closed my eyes. I don't know what happened for about 3 minutes. I just remember I opened my eyes and I took a deep breath and I was just back. All I saw was darkness. And that was the day when I was really like, no, I don't know if I experienced death, but I feel like that's as close as you get to it. And what I saw on the other side was absolute nothingness. Nothing. From that moment, I said, yeah, no, we need to change. Everything that we thought we were doing, everything.
Oh, it's okay. You got time.
I realized that every day I spent overweight was a day I was cutting from my life, and that needed to change as soon as possible. So to say that this 90-day challenge is my first attempt, you're wrong. You're way wrong. To say that I haven't gone through the steps and what it takes to change my lifestyle, you're wrong. But at the same time, that's my fault for not properly introducing y'all to who I am and how far I've come already before I even started this 90-day challenge. This 90-day challenge was really just, I was 100 pounds away from my weight goal. My weight goal is 225. I personally in my life don't think I ever want to weigh anything under 220, maybe 215 pounds. I would like to be like a nice lean 225. That is my goal. That is my dream. So I really started this challenge as my last push. Not even a last push, as the last lifestyle change I needed to make to truly become the best version of myself and to be where I wanted to be. Yeah, as you can see, it worked a little bit, but I'm not where I want to be, so we got to keep it pushing. I really hope that I introduced myself correctly this time. I hope you could take away that I just want to show y'all that if I can do it, you can do it. It's doable. Your goals are right in front of you. You just have to be willing to make the time and make the sacrifice to achieve those goals. Again, I'm VJ, aka CLB. I'll catch you in the next one. She said that I'm cool. After we bull, put me like a jewel. Life is a show, now you already know that. No slacking, I feel like I'm cold.